Alright, yo, I'm in the city. Today I'm actually vlogging. I got Chico right here. He's barking. Got some other guys that just pulled up, so he will bark at pretty much any dog that comes over here. Anyways, in LA. And here's the spot. I gotta flip it, so I'm gonna need to chop this up. Anyways, I'm gonna start with some flat and then try to work my way up. They got stairs here. They got some ledges here. They got flat ground here. No rail. There is a rail on the other side, but it's pretty tall. Not what I mean is they don't have a flat bar here. So, anyways, all right, let's get this started. Oh, there you go. That's my dog Chico. He's hella barking. These guys just showed up. I've been here for like a minute. I was the first one to come. You know what they say? When you skate it, they will come. I like to start off with some power slides first. Just get my body acclimated, grounded. I think that some kick turns and stuff. Ollies. Wake up my knees. My knees are just tight. A little FYI, if anyone didn't know, I honestly had an injury about 8 years ago, and I used to ride Mango regular, so I got some pretty good tricks like regular, and I got really good on transition goofy, which I guess was a blessing in disguise. So, but I still get a lot of pain in my knees. I still get a lot of pain like back here, so I gotta stretch them. And I take a pretty bad fall on my right knee, so it's pretty bruised, and it takes a while for a bruised knee to get the pain out. There's like no surgery or like just gotta massage it and get it out. So I'm gonna see if I can get my ollie a little higher, get like a good one, and then we'll keep switching, doing intervals from like starting with the basics and stuff, you know, ollie, power slides, 180 and stuff like that. Trying to progress little by little, and hopefully get the good tricks, the big bangers. Pretty good. Next I want to talk about my setup. I'm riding I think it's like a 10.5. It's a heroin board. I'm riding 215 trucks in these. I got some bones here, they're 56s. And of course I got the switch bearings, because I know they last for a while. I'm not sure what hardware I got, but I did throw some fixture bushings in here, because they did, from just using them a lot and doing a lot of pressure, they kind of break it. I like to think, if I start with like a heavy board, and then I like start working my way down, lighter and lighter, then I'll have like more strength in my legs, because I'm so used to heavy boards. But heavy boards are good for like transition and hollows and stuff, and since I switched off between skating straight and then skating bowls, this is a good size for me to start on right now. Alright, so that ollie was pretty good. That's why my ollies aren't getting that high. As you can tell, it's a heavy board. But you'll be able to practice on yourself. You'll be able to, because they got 169, 159, 149, and different shapes to fit your board, you know? Not a bad ollie. I'm gonna ollie it, and then you try to tell me which one's higher, my goofy one or my switch one. Since, you know, like I said, the injuries, and I switch styles. They feel about the same. Oh. What do you guys think? I saw a little barrier right here. You know what do I think? I'm gonna go get it real quick. I'm gonna do a switch ollie over it. And I'm gonna do the goofy ollie, which is regular. And then we'll do intervals and do like other tricks and kind of like warm our way up and work our way up that way. Remember, as you get older, or even when you're starting, you want to work your way up, you know? It's the best way to get better, and that's how you excel every day. I got it. Okay, so that was goofy. Now I'm gonna get a switch. Yeah, my switch game hasn't been that good, but I'm gonna get it. Just gotta really center my body. And yeah, my dog barking a lot's kind of throwing me off too. But that's cheaper for you. He sees another dog, he's gonna go ham. I'm gonna take my sir out because I'm already starting to break a sweat here. Let's see if we can get that switch on. have a good pop and a good ollie before you fully come in. You're like, all right, I got it. But once you get it in your mind, you're like, oh, I can do this. I got it. It kind of just floats you over. But definitely you want to square up. And for guys, a lot of our balance is here, so just hold our balance here. You should be good. Okay, it can get frustrating sometimes, but you know what they say? If at first you don't succeed, try again. But you know, sometimes you won't get the trick, but it's okay. You always got tomorrow till you try again. You know you did your best. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna count that one. That one felt good. My arm really got back and stuff. Some guy over here thinks he's talking to my dog. He just wants the dogs. Looking for dogs. Anyways, that one was good. I'm gonna move this thing now, and now I'm gonna do. There's another one trick that I really love to do. It's called a no comply. What we call a no comply? You put one foot down and you flick it, but I'm gonna do it with a shove. So let's do that. Got that one? No comply, front shove. There's a lot of different variations of no comply. Personally me, I like to do no comply shove it and kind of just work my way up. I've never seen it, I don't know, you've seen people do like no comply, like kick flips, no comply, like a lot of different tricks. But I know the ones that I usually got, like that's one for sure. Let's do like a front side 180 no comply now. Give you a mess about no complies and stuff. I've been talking about this and that. It's not a real trick, blah blah blah. But for me, I honestly think those tricks are the best because they just get you used to like the motion of 180, where you need to put your foot to turn your body. You know what it would feel like to actually do the trick when you're not doing no comply, just a regular 180 and a regular front shove. So it really just gets you used to landing on top of your board, which I think it should be like a main fundamental. So there's some people who like to, tell people, yeah, you gotta go for it sometimes. This one's big tricks, like telling people, go for it. Don't be a, you know what I say. Don't be a. I don't know if I don't want to get flagged on this. So I don't want to say it, anyways. But you know what they say. Anyways, I always say just go for it, get it. Be stronger and push past your limits. So, anyway, so we did the one comply 180. Alright, so let's do a no comply shove it now. So we already did the no comply front shove, we did the no comply 180, now it's no comply shove. Okay, got the no comply shove. I'm starting to get thirsty over here. I didn't bring water today. Next time I gotta come more prepared. So we got the no comply shove. That. What I mean? Everything gets you, the no comply is pretty much going to get you used to doing them, you know, all the way, and not with the no comply, but just gets you used to the motion. So, let's get another one. What did I say? At first you don't succeed? Try again. Doesn't count. Why? Because my whole heel touched the floor when I catch it. Remember, the objective of it is to make sure that you land bolts. And what bolts are? The bolts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you flick it, when you throw your board and you do the motion, you want to make sure that your legs always land on the bolts. Just flush. So when you ever hear someone say, land on bolts, they're like, oh, they'll do a trick. If it wasn't on bolt, they're gonna be like, ew, what was that? So the best way it'll look, and the people will give you, like, you know, good accommodations, or, you know, goodwill, you know, what they'll say bolts. As long as it's bolts, it gets a pass. So more than a pass, looks clean. Landed right in the pocket, so not exactly on the bolt, but still clean enough. I'm gonna count that one. Okay. Oh. I noticed because of that injury with my leg, like I said, happened about 8 years ago. When I'm skating, the back of my leg gets really tight. So when it gets really tight after skating, like for a long time, I gotta let it like rest for a bit. I think like the max I've been able to go like full strong. That's like I'm pushing for 2 hours, just like non-stop. But if I get a good sesh, that's all that matters to me. Just having fun and, you know, just really being able to still to have those tricks. Because honestly, I'd be so sad if I couldn't skate. It's like I've been skating since I was a little kid, you know, and it was always cool meeting up with people that, you know, and meeting up and just being able to go through the city, and, you know, and just being able to, you know, be together and, you know, get out of our parents' hair. Alright, so I did the 3 show. I'm not gonna try anything new, because I know I got this one no comply trick that I really like. I'm definitely deep on the enjoyment of skating and, you know, getting tricks and, you know, and building up. Alright, let's get. That's the formation of it. It's a lot easier for me to do it when I rotate like towards the 180. So this is a bit of a challenge for me, just doing it and keeping my body straight. You know, I'm not flicking it. It's all in the pocket on this one. So, you know, no flicking rotation, no getting used to kickflips and stuff like that. It's definitely a lot different, which is what you want to have in the future. But that's where the ollie comes in, and you start tying all those together, and then you know it begins to look a lot more structured. The board is pretty heavy. It's a heavy board, so it's a lot harder to get the trick. Turning my body 180 for some reason gives it a good rotation. I feel like I can stomp a lot harder on my front foot and catch it quicker. Let's try another one. Come really easy for me. It's very easy for me to scoop it and catch it and then to land regular. Okay, kind of like that. Gotta get used to the flag. So let's do another one. Let's get it. Okay, that's the trick. Just like that, but I think I can do it better. The goal is to get for the no-go fly, you want to make sure both your feet go up at the same time and catch the board. So that's a good way to like get used to how the board's gonna rotate and how you're gonna prepare for the catch. Catching with the front foot, not bad. Let's give it 2 more and see if I can just catch it really good in the air. Like,